You know, millions of us do this little ritual every single day. It's an act of faith, really, placed in a simple blue bin. But what if that faith is completely misplaced? Today, we're going to peel back the label on recycling and find out what's really going on inside.
It all starts here, right? With this familiar moment. You're at the sink, rinsing out a yogurt cup or a plastic container. And it feels good. It feels clean, responsible, like you're doing your part. And then, the final move, the toss. It lands in the blue bin with a satisfying, hollow little sound. And just like that, you've sent it on its way, on a journey to be reborn as something new. Or so you've been led to believe. That feeling you get, it's powerful stuff. It's a quick little hit of satisfaction, a little pat on the back. It's you telling yourself, hey, I did my part. I'm one of the good guys. Okay, but this is where the story you tell yourself just stops, and the real story, the one they don't want you to know, begins. Because what actually happens after that lid closes? Well, the reality is a whole lot darker, and frankly, way more calculated than you could probably imagine. Let's just try to wrap our heads around the scale of the problem here. Since the 1950s, we have produced 8.3 billion metric tons of plastic. It's a number so huge it almost doesn't mean anything. So where did it all go? I mean, surely all our little blue bins have made a dent in that mountain of waste, right? To really get what's going on, you have to wind the clock back. By the 1970s, people were getting really fed up with all the trash and litter. This was a huge problem for the plastics industry. I mean, if people turned against single-use stuff, their profits would completely dry up. They needed a plan. And boy, did they come up with one. And this was the masterstroke. The absolutely brilliant and cynical idea they had wasn't to actually fix the waste problem. Nope. It was to fix their PR problem. The plan was simple, really. Make you feel like their trash was your responsibility. So, to pull this off, in 1988, the industry gave us this symbol, the one we all know. Officially, it's called the Resin Identification Code. Sounds pretty boring and technical, right? Well, that was the point. It would become probably the most misleading symbol in modern history, and they slapped it on everything. And right here, this is the lie in plain sight. We were all taught to see those chasing arrows and think one thing: this is recyclable. But for the industry, it just meant this is what kind of plastic it is. It's a barcode, not a promise. It was never, ever a promise of recyclability. And here's what that deception looks like in the real world. You see those arrows around a number 3 or a 6 or a 7, and you toss it in the bin. You're doing the right thing, except you're not. For recycling facilities, those plastics are basically contaminants. That symbol just gives us all permission to keep on consuming and throwing away while the trash just heads straight for the dump. So, after all these years, decades of us dutifully rinsing and sorting and believing, what's the grand total? What have we accomplished? A measly 9%. That's it. Of all the plastic that has ever been made, only 9% of it has actually been recycled. All that effort for a single-digit result. So why? Why is the number so ridiculously low? Well, it's not your fault. It's just simple economics. It is way, way cheaper for a company to make brand new plastic from oil than it is to bother collecting, sorting, cleaning, and reprocessing our old stuff. The whole system was practically built to fail from the start. This is what we have to understand. The blue bin was never designed to manage waste. It was designed to manage our feelings about waste. So in that sense, it wasn't a failed environmental project at all. It was actually one of the most successful marketing campaigns ever, selling us an idea so an industry could keep selling us more plastic. And this brilliant campaign even created a whole new behavior in us, something called wish cycling. We've all done it, right? You're holding some weird piece of plastic, you have no idea if it can be recycled, but you toss it in the blue bin hoping it can be. You do it because you wish it were true. It's a way to quiet that little voice of guilt. Which brings us all the way back to that thing sitting in your kitchen right now. That blue bin. If it's not some magic box that turns trash into treasure, then what is it? After all this, what is its real job? It's a container for a really convenient lie. A lie that keeps profits flowing by making a massive global waste crisis feel like it's your personal responsibility to solve. The real product they were selling wasn't the plastic bottle. It was the story that let you buy it, use it, and toss it, all without a second thought. And maybe that's a story worth thinking about the next time you're standing at the sink.